Make a motion to accept the Board of Selectmen minutes for July 21st, 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain. I wasn't here.
Go louder so she can hear.
I abstain, I wasn't here.
We had one timber cut. Is he on it?
I did Old Pop Road.
Make a motion to accept the manifest dated July 30, 2026 in the amount of $25,477.59.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Make a motion to accept the manifest dated August 6, 2026 in the amount of $72,777.05.
Second.
Discussions? All in favor?
Second. Aye.
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 Mail. Go ahead.
I didn't know if you wanted to, we want to be, I like open transparency, so I just wanted to discuss that. Unless you guys are opposed.
No. You wanna do that when?
I was gonna do it right now because one of the expenses is paying off the cruiser.
Let's do it. Go ahead.
Glad everybody's here. We don't normally have an audience like this. We're gonna take advantage of you guys being here for one particular purpose, and you don't get to see our faces unless you're voting, so welcome. In transparency and trying to, in that interest of transparency, on our invoice, which is our manifest, which is our bills, we're paying off our cruiser. We had a 3-year lease on our cruiser, $20,000 each year. And we're paying it off ahead of time because we are, as most people know, we're in need of a police department. We're still have help wanted ads out there. We unfortunately have not garnished a lot of interest in that occupation. We were fortunate to get 9 applicants for the town administrator's job, but we've only gotten a few for the chief's job, none for the patrol job. We do have a lot of equipment because of that, and i.e. police cruisers, and there's no sense of just letting them sit around and get age, become worthless. If we are successful in hiring a chief, that is the position we're going for now. We may be revisiting what that looks like and the hours. That's something we have to work on this evening. We're going to be offloading some of the equipment anyway. Given the fact that our former police chief and his K-9 partner went to the sheriff's office, they expressed an interest in buying the K-9 cruiser that he was using in the town of Effingham. So we're not in the business of making money, but we certainly don't want to lose any of our money and y'all's money. We can't do that. So we're going to be recouping any of our losses, our expenses for that cruiser, and the town and the Carroll County Sheriff's Office is purchasing that car from us. So over the next couple of weeks, if you folks see that car leaving Effingham, you see it changing letters of that sort of thing, that's why. If you see some of the old K-9 car, the old K-9 car is, that was a 2020 Ford Explorer. That is now becoming a town vehicle. It has government plates on it as opposed to municipal police plates. That is utilized for the fire department and for our animal control officer. Having the cage in it is beneficial for our ACO because it was the former K-9 car. Chief Hartman is.
Excuse me, I thought it was the 2020.
I said 2020.
I thought you said 2024.
No.
No, 20, okay.
The chief is, the fire chief is driving it right now because the pickup truck is in need of repair. So that's heading for a Chevy dealer to get fixed. So again, if you see that, it says Effingham on the bottom. It does have a light bar on the roof. That light bar has yellow lights. It does have some yellow lights in it, sorry. And red lights. It does not have blue lights. It does look like an unmarked car, but it's the best use of the equipment that we already possess without going out to buy any more. And we will be auctioning off the 2017 Ford Explorer that used to be a police cruiser that they were utilizing up until recent. And the 2024 Explorer was the black one with the blue lettering on it. We're gonna hang on to that with the hopes of successfully, sooner than later, hiring an officer, and there'll still be a cruiser available for them, so. Just so we're open and you guys kind of get a quick update on that, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask or reach out or.
All right. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you. Mail, there was a grant awarded of $35,000 to the HDH project. Chuck, you wanna make a
Sure,
talk on that a little bit?
good. We received word this week that the Manton Foundation out of New York awarded the Historic Town Hall project $35,000 to install a new generator. As part of that work, we'll be putting new underground service in, removing the wires over Townhouse Road, moving the LP gas tank from where it's located, where it's out of code, to the blind side of the building where the bulkhead is, so it'll be in code. Installing a generator and hooking up all the electric and the gas to the main building. And that will be happening very shortly, because I'm gonna leave proposals with you tonight to talk about over next week, so in 2 weeks we can make decisions on that. Because I'm gonna recommend we use our existing team of Mike Bukowski and Jeremy Miller for electric and excavation. AmeriGas is AmeriGas, and I'm getting 2 more proposals for the generator, so we can have a good bid set for the generator.
You know, suggestion, we have one, for our generators, we have one contractor, right, or once, so probably,
And I've already verified with Generator Connection, they work on every make and model.
okay, all right, so we'll talk it after.
Can I have one more question?
please,
in
go.
that same vein?
Yeah.
We're meeting with Eversource in the morning to scope out where moving the poles might be. I'm also going after $6,500 of additional grant money from Eversource, which is in a discussion mode right now. Part of what came up in that discussion around that grant was 3 years ago, we had the microburst where they staged out of the library parking lot. The select board at the time made an offer to Eversource to be able to use that as a future staging area for absolute emergencies and shut down the area and potentially use storage area and the transfer station. And I just want to confirm that that's still a possibility if they want to pursue that.
I don't see a problem.
I don't,
If I could be perfectly blunt with that, we were absolutely in favor at that time, and still are. We thought we were gonna get a generator then. So,
Yeah, well, we did too, but anyway, we're moving on.
yeah, well, hopefully we still will, but
But Eversource apparently about 8-9 months ago, started looking around the state for future staging areas to automatically have in their portfolio. And they're doing written agreements with towns on that. So I've offered up, if they're interested in Effingham, based on the previous offer, send us an agreement and I'll bring it before the board for you to take a look at.
so that'd be like an MOU with them.
It's pretty much what it is. It's want to make sure that they know maybe using these 2 areas, types of emergencies, that kind of stuff.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
thanks. We did get notification on 2, from the planning board on 2 abutters on town property. One is the cell tower, the other one's off,
Providence Lake Road,
Province.
farm by the river.
yeah, so it's probably abutting the town force on
It's-
Hobbs.
Yeah, it's gotta be the 3, why we got it.
Selectmen reports.
Okay, I don't have too much to report. I was away on vacation for a week. Vivian was out this past week, so not too much stuff on the computer has been done. However, I did attend, several meetings. The Heritage Commission and the, historical, group are still working on the 250th anniversary of Effingham. They are encouraging any groups or any volunteers to come to the meetings. The meetings are the third Monday, yes, of every month here to discuss it all. We will have another meeting for the 250th group or committee so to speak, working only on that. They're working on parades and floats and different things in the past. There were license plates and there were bumper stickers and hats and T-shirts and such. So they're working on all of that. We're working on the cell tower for the planning board. The planning board has been working diligently on getting that all taken care of. We've done some site walks to see where it was, what problems might be encountered with the cell tower. There will be a public meeting coming up. If you're interested in voicing your opinion, that would be the time to do it. We did do the interviews, which was already mentioned. We interviewed several people for our town administrator, and I'll let you announce the findings.
Oh, I have to get really, got his
Oh,
last name, I
okay.
couldn't pronounce his last name.
Okay, Iannuzzi.
Okay, good. Yeah, we can, it was last Thursday, was it Thursday?
2 Thursdays ago.
2 Thursdays ago.
Right.
Yeah, it was like 7 people we interviewed that day. So it was some good, really good candidates.
And he'll be starting on the
17th.
17th as a new town administrator. And we're just working on updating some of the policies, the town policies, and getting that up and running and updated, because there were some changes in the legislation, so things have to change. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Mine as usual, roads, more roads, bridges. Working with contractors, getting ready to start on the bridge abutment, on Huntress Bridge Road that needs repairs, before that winds up on the red list. That has to be done this year. We've been given some grace, and if it's not done this year, then Huntress Bridge, once again, we inherited that, will once again be closed, so we're gonna avoid that, so they're gonna start working on the bridge abutments next week. Ongoing drainage issues on Pine River Road, more work to be done there. Ditching was done, started on Jones Road, Drake Road, the shoulders of the roads. Hopefully we'll get back to that, and be able to do some of the more main arteries, Greenmount Road, Elm Street, try to protect some of them, the edges of the pavement, some of these roads that just got paved over the last 5 to 6 years. Obviously, there's a lot of work gone into the interviews and the police department and moving forward with that. So more discussions to be had and work to be done, but that's working on road stuff for the most part.
Thank you, Chris. Not much going on. The recycle center is doing well. Everything's going very good. Spending a lot of time in the office, so helping out with our assistant administrator and making sure documents are getting signed off and processes following through. So we should, like Rose said, the 17th, our new administrator will be here, so
17th or 18th?
17th. So,
You changed it?
no, it was always the 17th. It was a miscommunication from the office. So, and I guess also, I was also following through with the roof, replacing the roof up here. We did, the contractor today, we talked to him, so we're getting that forms signed off and everything else till we can get this going next month or so. So, replace this roof, which was approved at the last town meeting. So, that's it for me.
Okay.
You got anything else? No? You wanna call Rebecca? I do. Thanks. You wanna do yours? or-
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, I did just real quick, I met with paving contractors to get pricing last Friday, and we have a scope of work, so we just have to narrow down what we wanna do, what roads we're gonna do, paving
Oh, yeah,
for
we got-
2027,
Right.
to get ready for budget season.
So it's set up a work session. Okay. Mark that down. next week, or you wanna wait till when, Steve gets here? 2 weeks?
When's our next budget meeting?
It's coming up.
August.
The 23rd,
Last Tuesday in August. 6th.
26th.
26th?
25th.
So,
Sure, we can wait till Steve, yeah.
yeah, the first week of Steve.
Yep.
Set something right.
25th.
See what days over there.
25th, it's a Tuesday, right?
Thank you, yeah.
25th.
Okay. Go ahead, chief.
All right, I got some stats for you guys. Another busy month, 44 calls, month of July. We did a standby in Ossipee for the fireworks detail. We went to Freedom for a brush fire, Freedom for a building fire, and Wakefield twice for 2 building fires, as well as setting up a landing zone for Wakefield for a motor vehicle crash they had. Outside of that, everything was pretty routine. Next couple of pages, there's the graphs I've been doing every month, showing the number of calls for each month over the last couple of years. As you can see, for July, we're the highest call volume we've had since '23. And then the last page is a year-to-date comparison over the last couple of years. And again, we're highest year-to-date we've been since '23 at 279 calls for the year so far.
Any questions? Any questions from the audience for the chief? You're off the hook.
For now.
Now,
I'll get you.
Rebecca, you're up.
Okay, you got my report?
So you did.
All right, so it was a pretty busy month. Couple of the things here that were what's up or warnings, got resolved within that month. So, they are not things that need to be followed up on. And all the rest were pretty basic applications. We did have some RVs, we had a house and mobile home and a garage conversion to an ADU. So we did have some residential activity besides the smaller things that we see so many of, sheds and stuff like that. I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone might have.
So on Partridge Cove Road,
That's not us, that's DES.
DS will take care of that.
Yeah, DES taking care of that, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a good, no, there's a letter in the file from DES, so
Right.
it's documented that it's been handed off to them.
It's essentially a violation of the Shoreline Protection Act, which is not in our purview anyway.
So,
Per
right.
se, it's,
Yeah, and he sent a notice, the property owner got sent a notice, and I did get a response from them saying they'd heard from DES and that he was following up with them.
Okay.
So the communications on both channels were completed.
Any questions?
I do not.
Any questions from the audience? Okay, you're off the hook.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I haven't looked at that latest application yet, so sorry.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'll put it in your box before we leave, so.
yeah, I did.
I'll be in on Thursday, so I can finish that then.
Yeah, we're not getting much response. I was just wondering if we should put the, for a position in Conway Daily.
We've had
For
one
3
person
days.
displayed interest,
That's it.
and that's it, right, other than a couple of people who've spoken to me, but then never.
I just want to let everybody know she's, Rebecca will be all done in August.
Retiring
She's
after
all
20
done.
years of service.
That was something I was gonna ask you guys, that however it shapes down, I would like to come to the September 1st meeting to do the report for the month of August.
sure.
We assume that we'll have someone on board and perhaps they'll come with me, that would work out, but it seems like it would be a lot to ask
No problem.
someone who's just stepped into the thing to do the report.
So, go ahead.
And I could use your help straightening out the stuff that's happening at the server.
And you may not want to take off yet. So you may know the answer to this question, maybe somebody else does. In the absence of a replacement for you before it's time for you to go, obviously applications and the requirement is still there. By statute, are we statutorily obligated to in turn fill that void by one of us?
That's what happened before, the Board of Selectmen and Gwen did it. So I don't remember how long it was, I still got the binder that Gwen had set up. That might give us an idea, she did it for several months, I think, as part of what her administrative duties. But the Board of Selectmen signed off on all the permits,
Okay,
so.
I just wanted to make sure, double check,
I
I
can-
thought so, I just,
I can give you guys a free training.
You're not gonna charge us?
September first?
Put it
Thank
in,
you.
Everyone watching?
To bring my wages down to 30 cents an hour.
right? Should we put it in
Thank you.
Thank you.
the posting? Is it Indeed?
In a deed?
Indeed.
Yes,
That-
yes,
It is
yes.
on there, it's
Yes,
posted
it's
on
all
there.
posted,
I was
plus
just
the
curious.
website, that's the only two places.
Website, okay.
Business. Chuck?
So the certificate of authority, we're gonna have to read that and put that in the minutes. We actually did this about a month and a half ago, but it never made it into the minutes. And as part of the grant paperwork, I actually have to have a copy of the minutes showing it was voted and approved by the board. So we're gonna do it again, just like from scratch, like we didn't do it at all. So what I did in the parentheses on the middle of that is actually the authorization you're giving. So my request is you read that into the minutes so that it gets captured in the minutes. I will then take, when the draft minutes are available, a copy of those minutes and submit it with the additional part of the paperwork. With that authorization, it allows me for the New Hampshire Council on the Arts grant that we got a couple months back for $30,000 to work on the library, main entry door, redoing that whole landing and doorway area. That is very specific only to that grant. So that's one of the reasons they want to have it on there. So the one I currently have gives me L-chip and gives me Moose Plate, gives me a bunch of the other ones. It does not cover this one. They want it specifically for that. That's why that request is there tonight.
Before you leave, don't let us forget the broadband thing again.
We can, I've got it actually on the top of my list.
Okay.
I figured it's gonna wait till public comment, but you can do it. Whenever.
He doesn't have to read the whole thing, right?
We need to have that body of that in there.
So who's the first name? Is that you?
It's me. So that's why I wrote my name in there with the title.
No,
Authorized town representative, town of Effingham. No, just where I did the bracket.
Right, bracket.
okay, that's the only part, right?
Yeah, the only thing was in bracket.
Resolve that Charles Fuller, authorized town representative, ETTT, is duly authorized to enter into contracts or agreements on behalf of the town of Effingham with the state of New Hampshire, acting by and through the Department of Natural and Cultural Resources, New Hampshire State Council on the Arts, and is further authorized to execute any documents on behalf of this municipality which may be in his or her judgment desirable or necessary to effect the purpose of this resolution. I make that motion.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
When do you expect you might have your draft minutes for this meeting available?
Usually, well, we can, when do you need it?
Within 72 hours.
Whenever you get, it's not a rush item. That's another checkbox I need to have is the draft minutes. I said the final minutes will be 2 weeks away, and they said, no, we can use draft minutes whenever they.
So that's, the draft, you don't need to approve minutes. You can-
Nope, I
Just-
verified it could be
It's
draft.
on YouTube.
No, they need it in writing. I tried the YouTube thing already.
Well, I'm just saying because Heidi, is covering treasurer minutes.
Next week, maybe?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll make a note of it.
If you can.
Within we're statutorily obligated to have them available within 72 hours, so they'll be available within 72 hours. Not next week, by the end of this week.
I will follow up with the office.
I agree.
With that. Because we've had a change in town administrator, there's also a requirement that I have the resume for the town administrator and the annual salary of the town administrator. So I'll follow up with Leo on that.
They follow up with me.
And we'll get that copy of that. Once I've got the draft document of what has been approved there today, I will have Andrea witness that with my signature, and I'll have a copy for the office, so everything will be here. One last item I do have, not looking for an answer tonight. When I asked for a revenue statement and a balance sheet, that's what Caitlin provided me. I think it's a little short. And I'm just asking you to review it, if that's what it is, I'll go use it. If there's something that's, should be there that's not there, I prefer to get that too.
Short from,
It's revenue and expenses and balance sheet. And that, there's no revenues in there. We do more than 3 million a year.
yeah,
I don't know where she got that information. I'm not interested in hashing it. I just wanna have a current year end, 2025
yeah, it should be
statement,
a lot more than that,
whatever you,
Yeah.
what you folks have.
because that's just a school bill.
Because this is part of the record for the governor's office, so I wanna make sure it's accurate as we can.
It would be nice.
All right,
Thank you.
you need that,
I'll leave that with you. That way if you need it for your minutes and the exact
No, you-
verbiage.
don't you have to have Andrea sign?
I'm gonna wait and have Andrea do it, and after I get the minutes in my hand.
Okay.
Well, you want this back?
No,
No.
I see that.
We-
I looked
And
at
that's
you.
gonna go into the minutes. I might need that to copy.
All right, good. I do my agenda.
Was that the last thing?
Other than the broadband.
So the broadband, so you sent us an email and I dropped the ball to, we need to make a motion rescinding my motion because it needs to go to town,
Process,
it needs to go to town meeting.
correct, I had an improper process.
Yeah. So I rescind my motion. I probably ought to get the date.
Yeah, you need date.
I don't remember that off the top of my head. Sorry.
Surprising.
Yeah, really. You usually write them.
July 7th.
So I rescind my motion to dissolve for the town of Effingham to
Withdraw
withdraw from the broadband communications committee district on July 7th. And my second was Rosemary, so you would have to
I'll second.
you would have to withdraw your second
Oh, I withdraw my second to Chris's
motion.
motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
The reason for that is we've since learned that it has to go before the governing body at town meeting,
Okay.
not through this process. Thank you.
So that's on the slate for March.
We moved too fast at our last meeting in Rose's absence, so.
JT, we have an audience.
Yes.
Well, I said I'd start it.
Oh, okay.
So well, thank you all for coming. Obviously, 90% of you are from Lost Valley. We weren't really sure that this was gonna happen tonight, so we're a little off guard, a couple of us. We might as well strike while the iron's hot, so. There's been several meetings with E911 for the state of New Hampshire as far as the mapping, the street names and stuff like that. We're at their mercy when it comes to that. They do not like roads that are similar. Several years ago, many years ago, when Stan and I served on the board together, we went through a lot of name changes in the town of Effingham for that very reason. There were too many names. There were too similar. There was Effingwood Farms Road and I can't even remember what it was called, it was so long ago. Effingham Woods, and Effingham Farms and Effingham Woods, which became Henry Drive. That was in the early 2000s. They call them kind of unfunded mandates, where the state of New Hampshire says, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta make this change. Your signs have to be this big, they can no longer be this big. The letters on your sign have to be reflective, they can't be 3 inches anymore, they gotta be 4 inches. Make all these recommendations, don't give us any money to do it. Having said all of that, Pine River Road, Pine River Path, E911 has serious issues with that. We collectively as a group, we all know where we're going. We know where our road is, we know where our house is. Unfortunately, you have mutual aid companies coming for any kind of various, potential emergencies, or even our ambulance company. Our ambulance company is not our volunteers necessarily all the time, it could be, cause we do have a transporting ambulance, but we have an outside agency that comes out of Massachusetts is where their headquarters, and sometimes we get their staff, if they're short-staffed or whatever, due to vacations. They don't know where they're going. So it's not as easy as, oh, they know Pine River Path is in Lost Valley. It's nowhere between Route 16 and Elm Street. So it's one of those unfunded mandates. The impact for you all, obviously, and the reason why you're here, is it creates an address change, potentially. So you say, why us? Why not Pine River Road? Pine River Road is also in the town of Ossipee. We have no say and we have no control over the Ossipee residents. We can't make a name change that affects another town. So we wanted to have the conversation, have you folks in. We initially thought, and I don't mind that you're all here, absolutely don't. I'm assuming not all of you are board members. I talked to Tom at the transfer station, I said, you know, we'd like to have you guys in at some point in time, set up and start a dialogue. That's obviously why we're here tonight. It is our position, we've kind of already said this, if that is what happens, that we have to change Pine River Path as opposed to Pine River Road, it would be up to you folks, just like when the road that goes to the well, we let you guys, rename that. It was a,
I think they wanted to call it Lost Alleyway or something like that.
yeah, so I mean, our former staff member here kind of dictated that what the name was gonna be, and we weren't, well, Leo and I, Rose wasn't here then, we weren't all about that. It's in your development, you should be choosing the name, and obviously it's our duty to make sure it wasn't a namesake. We don't fall back into the same issue again, but, you know, that ended peacefully. And, so we would anticipate and hope that to do the same thing is to let your association, pick a name. We haven't necessarily, and JT will correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't necessarily given a confirmed date, but they have expressed and have been expressing for over 2 years that we needed to make a name change. And quite frankly, the main reason why, we know that the lion's share of the residents in Lost Valley, are on that. There are, I tried to count one day, there's north of 55 houses.
40 houses on that road.
Okay,
42
So I-
is that as.
okay. So I must have counted the cul-de-sac or miscounted anyway.
You went to school here, right? Proceed.
If somebody didn't already make that joke in a public meeting about where I went to school, that probably would have been a lot funnier, but,
Actually, you went to school.
we won't go down that rabbit hole, but anyway, so that's basically what started the whole thing. We don't wanna force anybody to do anything. We're here for discussion. I'm gonna let JT add on to it, but it basically 911 unfunded mandate, they want it changed, they want it changed ASAP. They wanted it changed a couple years ago. They haven't, like I said, they haven't given us a date, just they want it done already, so.
Can we appeal to them? Excuse me. Is there any system in place where we can appeal to them and explain why we don't wanna change the name?
So there is, and, you know, there's a process, and of course, the wheels of certain government spin very slow. So that would be one way to prolong the inevitable, but it's gonna happen. It's no different than, and unfortunately, when it comes to emergency, it's way worse, it's way harder to appeal and have a positive outcome, positive for you, than say of, like, when they take land by eminent domain, if they wanna do a road construction project. It's a public safety thing, so they kind of don't really flex on that at all. There's another question, but I don't know if you wanna.
Has there been a problem? I mean, has there been a problem of any of the emergency vehicles being able to,
Yes, there has.
there have?
They've gone to the wrong road when it's
Yes.
supposed to be path and they've gone to road or vice versa.
So
Yeah, the main
signage
entrance
won't
is
help?
Pine River Path, it's got the sign. But it just needs a couple more clarifying where you go to the loop. You have one going to the left, but you don't have one going straight.
It's,
You gotta put yourself in the mind of, for example, the ambulance folks, they're jumping in the truck and they're punching in Pine River, they'll start typing it on their phone and their GPS. Oh, there's Pine River, and they hit it, and they go where that tells them to go, they didn't notice that it's a path instead of road.
That sounds like a them problem, not a
Yeah,
me
that's
problem.
a train
Yeah, cause that,
problem.
don't you get into detail when you're punching that in? Because there's an Elm Street and an Elm Street extension.
so real quick, I'm gonna step on your toes for a second.
I'm letting you run them, go ahead. Don't step on my toes.
So, we do have procedure here. I appreciate you all being here. Everybody knows who I am on the camera and stuff like that. We do have procedure, so if you could just state your name for the record, and we'll try to call on you.
Yeah.
My apologies.
Yeah, no, my apologies for not, going through the rules of our meetings and stuff, so, your hand was raised, so if you just state your name.
Yep, Tom Murphy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was pointing
The
to,
lady in front of you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My name is Susan, and I was just curious as to how this would affect our property deeds. Is there any paperwork we would need to submit or do anything like that to change the name on our property deeds?
I positively can't give you an answer to that either. I will say that when we changed from, cause I was a homeowner, when we changed from Effing Wood Farms to Henry Drive, I did not change my deed. That doesn't necessarily mean I wasn't supposed to, but I can't say positively for sure.
I think that usually goes by the lot number and lot,
Map and
the
lot.
map and.
So the map and lot number wouldn't change, because, if you go through Access GIS, it follows your name. Yes, you can get there by giving a street address, but unfortunately, sometimes the street addresses aren't correct. They were, pre-existing street addresses, let's just say.
Yeah, it's gotta go by the maps.
So they go by the map and lot number, and I know that map and lot number, book and page, are on our tax bills. So I don't know, but we can certainly, find that question out. You, just real quick, I see your hand, I just want, if you wanted to add to like the timeline and
Yeah,
some of the
so,
other issues.
I mean, we're just trying to open the dialogue and just have this conversation with you guys before we move any further. The biggest reason that this RSA came to be, there was a building fire. The caller didn't give a full street name, they gave what they thought it was, for example, maybe Pine River, but didn't know what the end of it was because they're not from the area, they looked at GPS or something like that. The fire department went to the wrong road, they went to the road they were dispatched to, which was the wrong road, and somebody ended up dying because of it. The road they were actually supposed to be on was on the other end of town, but because that caller wasn't from the area, they didn't give the right road name. So this stuff has happened, there is a reason for the RSA, it's not just because we wanna change names, but we have the potential for that to happen in our town too, so we wanna get ahead of that.
Tom Murphy, so, say I'm an 85-year-old man and I've lived on Pine River Path all my life. I'm having a heart attack and I call 911. They ask where I'm living. I say Pine River Path. The call gets disconnected. Or whatever. So, I mean, how do you solve that type of problem,
So they do, 911 does have your maps now as well, so they would have a GPS location of where you call from anyway. But I mean, that's a potential you could run into. There's also a lot of humans involved in the 911 process. When you call 911, you start out in Concord, they're typing in the address. Same thing happens, it might populate and they might hit path instead of road, because they're both there and they both look very similar, especially in the heat of the moment. So right from the very start, even if you said the name right, human error, they could enter the wrong road name and all the way through we go to the wrong road. So it's,
Yeah, that could.
Sir, could you just state your name for me, I'm sorry.
It's Kevin Barnhart, I live at 204 Pine River Path.
Thank you very much.
And how does the postal service gonna do this?
It would have to be an address change form.
But the thing with that is, you have to contact the mortgage, your credit cards, I mean, you might have to contact 30, 40 people,
You're absolutely right.
businesses, and you miss payment to something and then you get in a jam.
So once the address changes were complete, on our side with the state, we fill out all kinds of paperwork for it. We recently readdressed the High Watch property, the Mountain Treatment Center, and each building has a number now, so we went through all of that just recently. Our paperwork goes to the post office and they make the changes on their end. And it is my understanding that they automatically forward your mail for a year. So anything sent to your old Pine River Path address would go to the new address, and it comes with a little yellow sticker that says remind them to change your address.
So, Stan?
Stan Relic is my name. A couple things, JT. We're talking about a confusion, correct? In dispatching. You know, E911 is not answered in Carroll County. It's answered in Concord, and then they have to dispatch, they have to get a hold of Carroll County to dispatch.
That's correct.
Okay. What is wrong with keeping your mailing address Pine River Path, but having a added designator? You know, you could use a call Pine River Path a fire lane, and that would be into your run card, your dispatch information, or add Lost Valley, 180, Stan Relic, 183 Pine River Path, Lost Valley, Effingham. If that isn't distinct enough, I don't know what is. And it's a very easy thing to do. This way here, you wouldn't really change your address, you know, dispatch everybody, no matter what happens, everyone is gonna have to relearn something. Either an address, a dispatching procedure, or whatever it is. But Lost Valley is very well known in this area, having been, you know, involved with public safety for a little bit of years, all right? To placate, that's a bad word, to keep everybody on the same page, what we're looking for is a way to be distinct. Listen, this is where you have to go. So the biggest population to have to learn would be people who live on Pine River Path in Lost Valley, Effingham. You know, I think that that's an alternative that would certainly make a lot of people happier, myself included, because what it takes at my age to change your address, you have government agencies that are just not sitting on a computer.
Absolutely.
They want verification.
It's a good opportunity to make a joke right there, but I won't.
Go ahead.
So effectively, like, for example, South Effingham,
Mhm.
you would be Lost Valley, part of Effingham. Almost like a sub-zip code. Is that kind of what I'm grasping? Is that what you're looking for?
Well, yes and no. It's only for the purpose of dispatching emergency crews. That's really all we're talking about. We just want to make sure that, I'm gonna say Effingham Fire, a new face at Effingham Fire knows when he's going to Pine River, something or other, but it says Lost Valley. Well, if he doesn't know where Lost Valley is in the town of Effingham, I'm sorry. I mean, there is a lot of human error involved in all of this.
Right.
But when the call comes back to Carroll County, I just can't fathom Carroll County getting it wrong, although the dispatchers are new.
Thank you.
All right, and it just seems like there's a lot of work that has to be given to everybody, really, when you come right down to it, everyone. So the simplest method, I think, is the best method and is the most distinct method, because we really don't care if, let me rephrase that. It may not matter whether you call Pine River Path, East Overshoe Lane, or whatever, as long as it's distinctly identified, and that's my only point.
So to that point, so many, many years ago in the town of Effingham, we had the rural route numbers. So our rural route number where I grew up on Plantation Road, and at that time it was Pike Road, and then had to get changed to Plantation Road because of 911. We were 91, but we were rural route 60 something. So we had two actual addresses, but we had one street name, and that street name did not match what was on our mail. So it's, what you're saying is almost something, if it was okay once, why can't we go back to that same thing? So we just do a name change, but we don't, you folks don't have to change anything with the postal service. And then you just pick a street name that 911 is happy with, and I mean, you don't like that idea, Nancy?
It makes no sense at all.
911 issued the addresses. The town of Effingham didn't, which it had the authority to do it. It's up to the governing body. But 911 chose them, and the reason that they chose them is, and I can say this because when 911 numbered Lost Valley, I helped them. All right? And when they did this, it was all with a GPS coordinate, and that's what they said to me. And if I can, just while I think about that, the question for JT is this. Years ago, we all had landlines, okay? So are you telling me with a cell phone now, they can't pinpoint where you are?
They can, they absolutely can.
Okay, they can.
But the coordinates for that pinpoint don't come to us in the field unless we specifically request it. So that doesn't, they have it, but it doesn't translate all the way down unless we request it.
And at the absolute risk of sounding dramatic, sometimes minutes are hours. And that is the thing. That's why, to your point earlier about when I used the roads example and safety, seconds and minutes count. I was an EMT for almost 30 years, and seconds and minutes count. And there's not a person in this room that I would want to take, jeopardize seconds. Because we have somebody that's new in an ambulance, or whatever, that's trying to get to you, or your loved ones. Tom?
So that's where, to reiterate my point, we go ahead and change the name to whatever, East Shining Lane, whatever. And I've been living there for 40 years, I'm 80 years old, I'm having an emergency. I can't think of that new name. All I can come up with is Pine River Path.
So where are they gonna go
What
now?
happens then?
So 911 at that point would say, okay, well, I'm showing you on the map on XYZ lane. Are you sure that's, you sure of the address? And they're gonna
So
verify
showing
that.
that on your end, where's that's,
No, they're not showing it on our end, they're showing it in Concord at
That's a
911.
Concord when they're taking the call from you.
These guys are police, fire, the ambulance, they all get dispatched at the Carroll County Sheriff's Office on Water Village Road. They get a CAD, the acronym, whatever, is, when you call 911, that goes to the dispatch center in Concord, and it's actually two. There's another one in Laconia as well. They in turn, through the computer, send a CAD to a dispatcher. They get an alert on the screen, the alarms go off, and they know that they have something coming in, and they do a pre-tone. And sometimes the pre-tone, which activates these guys to say, hey, you got something about to happen, you got something coming through, be aware. You get that pre-tone, and when you get that second tone or the primary tone that says what it is, it's a fire emergency, law enforcement's needed, whatever, it's vastly different. And again, we're talking sometimes, if it's busy, minutes have gone by. And you add minutes to that with confusion of road names. And I'm not trying to sell this, I'm not. I just assumed it stayed the way it was. I know where I'm going, I know where it is, just like you all do, and I don't have to do an address change, but I don't want you guys to have to go through anything either. I just know that we have a job in explaining to you why we can't change one, and we would have to change the other one. But
And there's a small list of these, it's not just your road, there's several other roads that need fixes as well, so.
Yeah, this is one of the main roads running through.
Sir,
Steve DeRoches, Pine River Path. Have you called 911? Have you actually physically called 911?
Myself,
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, sir, I never have.
okay, I have. And you get put on, not hold, but you're asked to stand by while they physically make the call to whatever department is going. There's your time delay right there. So how can, you're not being logistical with changing a whole street, okay? If you get Pine River Road instead of Pine River Path, you can drive to the end of it, you're gonna run into the same thing. It's not like we're talking about 2 streets on either side of the town.
The unfortunate,
But you're also delayed when you call 911. They're gonna put you on hold until you get Carroll County Dispatch on the phone, and then you tell them again.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
oh yeah, and the reason why is, like I said, I was an EMT for over 25 years and worked on the fire department
I
here.
worked on it for 20 years myself. I was the central dispatch, mutual aid dispatcher for the entire Cape Cod. We had towns with 4 and 5 names the same because Yarmouth, Yarmouth Port, West Yarmouth, South Yarmouth. We had a Willow Street in every one. I mean, here we're talking 2 just close things. What
Again,
about Wolfboro? You got Lakeview Terrace, Lakeview Drive.
we're not,
I know, I'm just saying, I mean, it's,
I get your frustration, it's not our idea.
but
No,
you
it's-
say that we're going to get there faster when you gotta sit and wait for them to connect you to the,
No,
yes?
The computer stuff is happening behind the scenes, so Carroll County's already given us that tone saying, hey, you've got something coming in at this address.
I don't think so. 'Cause-
you're solidifying my point that
Right.
there are all kinds of steps to go in place that are already delaying this. So if there's anything else that we can shorten that delay, if there's a way that we can do that, that's where they're coming from with having these namesakes. And the other issue is Pine River Road. For whatever reason, when 911 numbered our roads, they kind of went backwards, right?
Oh, yeah.
Elm Street,
Elm Street's the same way.
Elm Street and Pine River Road,
Backwards.
because the way they always went, they started from the center of town or the post office and they went out. On those roads, they go the other way. So, and the reason for that, their justification was, again, Pine River Road impacted 2 towns.
Right.
So they started numbering theirs first, I guess. I don't know. So you go from 1 to 3, 390 something. The last house on Pine River Road, 4 something. Anyway,
Yeah, but look across the street and it's 12. You look on the Ossipee side of the street, the numbers go.
no, they all go
12
up.
They go up
Yeah.
from the center Ossipee post office.
Yeah.
If you drive down Pine River Road, you see 10 Pine River Road, you look across the street, you see 77 maybe. Okay, because the other side is Effingham. So there's confusion there. There's, no matter what we do up here, this isn't the city. This is out in Carroll County. And no matter what happens, yes, the delay really could mean something. And I would not expect a new officer or a new firefighter to be in an ambulance or whatever, responding to a call without knowing where the heck he's going. Our state police in the state of New Hampshire have a year of traveling around the state to know where everything is. We don't expect that of our public safety people, but what Steve said is absolutely correct. When you call 911, you get a 911 dispatcher, and they can't do a damn thing because they've got to contact Carroll County. And the beauty of having Carroll County do the dispatching is it's closer to home. Honestly, if I'm in Carroll County or within the Ossipee Valley Mutual Aid Association towns, I don't call 911 because it's too much of a hassle having dealt with them on a severe accident on Route 28. A woman who wasn't even from the area called 911 because there was a collision with a moose and a motorcycle. She handed me the phone. And thank God I happened to hear the dispatcher in the background and said, hey, toward Wolfboro, don't turn around at 171. All these things happen. And what we're talking about here is to be specific. And by changing the name from Pine River Road or Pine River Path to whatever is not specific enough. Out west, and even in places in New Hampshire, they use fire lanes, and that's specific. All right, you don't have to change your address, but it's a fire lane. Is that the way we wanna go? No, that's too complicated. But we wanna be specific. And I just think that there's a better way to do it than to put out so many people and have so many agencies who you have to contact, you know, to change your address. It's incredible. It really is today. So, again, everyone's gonna have to learn something. And maybe dispatch has got to learn how to properly dispatch to a specific location within a town.
Tom, and then Randy.
I agree with what Stan is saying, but I mean, I feel like we're fighting a losing battle here. So what is the timeline we have to come up with an alternative name?
At the moment, we don't have an established timeline. So it's relatively open-ended at this
It
point.
personally doesn't affect me, I don't live on that road, but I'm here
Absolutely.
fighting the battle, but.
Yeah, and like I said, we've got a to-do list basically from the state, and it's one of the items on that list. So they haven't given us a time frame to fix it, but it's on the get it fixed list.
2088.
I have Wendy, then you, sir? Did you still?
Well, I was just gonna say the same thing, it sounds like it's not even within your control, so is there someone we can contact at the state?
I could have, Zach is our representative from E911, I could have him come in for a meeting, we could have another meeting like this, and he can answer all the questions.
And quite frankly, I was anticipating having Zach here when this meeting happened, but somebody was being very efficient and went ahead and scheduled this ahead of schedule, so weren't really ready for it yet, but, sir.
Well, I noticed on Pine River Path, you had, maybe a dozen addresses that you can't even see the numbers. And like, the ones that have the green, it's so simple. But you can drive up one side, straight up to the loop at Moose Crossing, and there's, 5 or 6 that you can't even see them. And then coming down the other way, you have 5 or 6 the same way. They either got letters this big.
That is a problem everywhere in the world, not even just in our town,
But if, they had those signs, that would help them a lot.
And we actually,
Have to go around 2 or 3 times, say, wait a minute.
we actually started promoting the red signs.
Oh, the red?
Yeah. So we actually have,
there's a green one.
We have green.
oh, is it green?
Green.
Sorry, confusing where I work, sorry.
Yeah,
Nancy.
yours is right.
Nancy.
What, Nancy DeRosa, Pine River Path, will we be notified before this is said and done? Because
Oh, absolutely,
I don't think we
absolutely.
were notified by this meeting today, by the board, by you people.
No, and I apologize for that. I wasn't notified either, so, and I said on the board, I didn't know what's happening tonight. Not to throw anybody under the bus, like I said, we're office being efficient, really efficient, trying to schedule it ahead.
We have
I
a
just-
lot of turnovers going on in the office.
We just, we had a preliminary conversation, Tom and I, like I said, at the transfer station and said, we'd like to have you guys in at some point in time. This is what we're dealing with, just kind of, get the word out there and then, so I apologize for that.
So the answer is yes.
Yes.
And the wheels haven't even started yet. This was kind of the introductory, let's talk about the issues and go from there. Yeah.
2088.
Are the numbers on Pine River Road such that we could just continue it as Pine River Road?
No, you'd still have to change, because I'm sure that, what's your address?
My address, 183 Pine River Path.
So I mean, so it ends in the high 3s, low 4s,
We probably have to renumber. right?
which is still an address change.
And that would be a
Yeah,
whole.
you said no, so.
We've
But
only
again-
gone through a number change once, so it's.
We've been there 30 years and we've had 4 address changes already. Because we used to have Center Ossipee as the post office, it was an RR1 box number,
Rural route,
rural route, yeah.
which didn't match your actual physical address or the address that was assigned to you
Right.
through 911.
And
That's
then
what I was
they
talking
changed
about
the
earlier.
numbers, but we still had Center Ossipee, and then finally Effingham got a post office, so it changes again,
Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah.
Were you raising your hand?
No,
Oh.
I was just being frustrated.
I got a question. JT, so how long do they have? A year? Before,
Like I said, we don't have a time frame, but I think the next step is to have Zach come in and have.
yeah, we'll have another
like
meeting
this,
with Zach.
He can answer all these questions, and to Stan's point about adding an identifier for Lost Valley and how that might work. They own the database, so they would be the ones who have to approve however that functions. But Zach would be the one to know that stuff.
For the next meeting with Zach here and have you folks all come back in again, the best way to get the word out is to reach out to the board, and then the board can do emails, I'm assuming?
We actually did, a hand delivered.
Do a delivery.
Sorry, they forgot that, but we had delivered a letter
Okay.
to everybody on that road.
We'll do some.
We
Well,
don't want you to
definitely-
have to do that again.
We
but-
definitely could put it on the website too, but
So we are in the process of changing our website. And we're migrating everything over. It's quite possible that this could be complete, that's what I'm shooting for, that this will be complete before we have to have you all back. Cause I mean, unless they're watching this meeting right now, I plan on kicking the can down the road as long as we can. And hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the butt. With those examples that I gave earlier about I wouldn't wanna jeopardize any of y'all's, or your families, loved ones, seconds, cause they do count sometimes. Not to be dramatic, it's true. But in the meantime, hopefully, when the new website is up, we have an email blasting. Any one of us can go on and you can select and choose to be on the email blast. So any certain things like public hearings for the town, meetings of this such, planning board meetings, you can click individual things of what you get notified of when a meeting is coming up. So, we could get the word out that way too, and obviously I'll see you again and, we'll have your phone number and,
yeah, we'll hold off on probably having the meeting until we get the website up, the new.
yeah. Sir,
About 2.5 months ago, we called 911, and they were there within like 10, 12 minutes. And I 204 Pine River Path, because my wife has stage 4 cancer, and she ended up with a broken hip, broken leg, broken arm. Everything just happened over a 2 or 3 day period, and they rushed her to the hospital. And they went to Wolfboro. And
Huggins.
then she got transferred to the hospital on the border of Vermont, Dartmouth. But they were there within a few minutes. So
well, I'm glad,
there was no problem there.
I'm glad.
But even the guy says, he says, we can see your signs, it stands right out, because they got the green sign, 204. And the guy next to me's 200, and there's another one next to that, but then you go up the road, and there's some of them you can't even see. They're mailbox behind a bush, and they have like numbers this big, and, it would be a big help, but if everybody had the signs. The numbers stand out, that would be because it goes up, numbers so far, it moves crossing. And if you go the other way, you have the numbers, they all meet right there. And there's a lot of people, there's at least, a dozen or 15 of them who can't see the signs, or they don't have a sign. And that jeopardizes them and us, and it's affecting us. So, but right at the entrance, you got Pine River Path, the big green sign.
Maybe we need a bigger sign.
Kevin?
Kevin Merrill, do all the rescue vehicles have GPS in them?
Most everybody's using their phones. I know the ambulance service, they're using their own phones most of the time. The unfortunate thing with the ambulance service too, I know we referenced the state police having the geography training. I know the ambulance does do that as well. I used to work for them as well. They do it with their new hires. The problem is they cover from the Wakefield Ospey line up into the Bartlett line. So they have all of the towns in between. So to have anybody memorize anything that fast is nearly impossible.
So they need some kind of GPS.
They need something to help, yes.
So this still boils down to, that sounds like a them problem, not an our problem, if they can't plug in the right address like they told you.
Human error. I mean, that's, it all boils down to the human error.
So we're being penalized for somebody else's human error. Is basically it, because when I dispatched for the entire Cape Cod, everything was on run cards. We had a Rolodex for everything. We didn't make mistakes, maybe occasionally. But it seems like technology has caused us more problems, so in
Amen
order
to
to
that.
fix it, let's make another problem.
It's true.
I agree with you, I totally do, and again, this isn't my push either, I'm just the one that has to push it out.
Well, again, we'll schedule another meeting, we'll make sure that we get the word out so everybody knows. One way or another, carry a pigeon, whatever we have to do. So if I have to put a big sign on the back of Tom's truck when he's leaving the transfer station, I'll do that. But we'll get the word out, Nancy.
I just said one quick thing. As a former teacher in Governor Wentworth Regional School District, I'm so disappointed that people can't discern the difference between road and path. They don't even have the same letters. They don't sound the same. They don't look the same on paper. I think that's very disappointing. I think we have a very intelligent community here. So I don't understand how people can get that wrong, really, I don't.
Again, this all started from the state in 911.
So we'll probably, we'll definitely have another meeting. Once we get Zach, he probably will be able to answer quite a few of the questions. Provide your answers,
Timeline and everything.
yeah, and all that stuff. So let's do that.
Or make you more frustrated.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to be positive here.
There's no sense beating up you guys, because they're the ones we really wanna beat up,
Thanks, appreciate that.
so, let's go right to the source. You guys are just,
Middlemen,
We'll bring him in.
you're all more than welcome to continue to stay for our meetings.
No, we're
I know
almost
you,
done. We've got public comments.
I know it's probably extremely exhilarating, you couldn't think of anything better to do on a Tuesday evening, but thank you all for coming, just the same, Cheryl, I'm sorry, I'm out of that, so that, Mr. Chairman, you have a question from the audience?
Cheryl?
Hi, Cheryl Fire, Effingwood Farms Road. So I wanna end this on a better note. We didn't have a choice either. Our name did not get changed, thankfully. And how they went with it is the two associations and when the subdivisions went in, when we were the oldest subdivision, so we got to keep our name. And it was just like this for Henry Drive, because people have been there for a number of years. So, I can understand your frustration, because I'm thankful we didn't have to change it. But I also understand the severity if there is an emergency. I mean, I've called on it, but I could see making that same ending with Effingwood Farms and not continuing the name if there was additional words with it, because of the urgency that we're in when we're calling 911.
Yeah, but if you've lived on Pine River Path, you have to say that.
Yeah, most of it.
I spell it.
Okay.
Thanks again, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. Public comments? Chuck?
Chuck Fuller, just a reminder, this Saturday,
Keep that in mind.
the 9th annual Effingham Street Fair on
Thank you.
Townhouse Road, beginning by Effingham Preservation Society up to the library, 9 to 1. The book sale will occur during the same time. I know they've got over 120 banana boxes full of books. They've been collecting them now for a month and a half and getting them from all over. And there's gonna be a canine demonstration up there, I understand, from what I read on social media the other day. Freedom's bringing over their dog, so it should be an interesting.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Chuck.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
Alright, so we're gonna be going into a non-public,
Wait.
oh, whoops.
Gentlemen,
Scott,
thank you very much for your service. Thank you very much for your service.
sorry, I didn't see you.
Thank you very much for your service, young lady.
I'm usually not.
Appreciate your sacrifice of time.
Anyway,
Yeah, I don't even know, but other than. Thanks, thank you.
Thank you.
For your reading pleasure, in a couple weeks. Those are all the proposals,
Okay.
and I'm gonna get 2 more generator proposals. Thank you.
good, Mr. Chairman?
You're good now, Scott, go ahead.
Bill's been being on, I guess, a really clear room.
Hey, Chris, stay. For a minute,
Please.
please stay.
So, question on the Tahoe, just to be clear, we paid off the note.
We'll be paying off the
Paying it
note.
off? Okay, so is that after the sale to the sheriff's office, or is that coming out of a trust fund?
So we have, we had one more payment that was due now anyway to come out of the trust fund. And the other payment will come out of the budget. And then once they make payment, then it'll get reimbursed and it'll get put back into the trust fund through town meeting next year.
Okay,
Those profits will go into the general fund and then we'll make that whole
so it'll be split.
correct.
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
I have 5 friends who are gonna wanna know that eventually.
Got it.
And like, so
yes,
I just wanted to have the information for that. I guess a couple more related questions. Sorry, just to be clear, are we liquidating police assets right now? Or no? So one of the other things tax guys, we just redo, if I'm remembering correctly, we started a new lease on tasers.
that went away, so that's going away. Yep.
That's going away?
Yep.
Were we able to get out of that?
I'm sorry?
Were we able to get out of that agreement, or?
I don't know the answer. We weren't?
No, we had to pay for it. We
You
received
couldn't
it.
get them back, couldn't return.
Well, we're waiting for the new administrator.
Okay, so that's.
So it's a process.
Okay.
I didn't wanna,
Yep, no, I get it. I'm just,
it's part of the things.
like I said, there's potentially gonna be questions, so I just wanna
Oh, yeah.
have the answers and then.
This is from the budget committee?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so on that note, I don't know what direction we're going in ultimately, as far as the police department.
Part-time.
Okay, so how do we handle a budget for the police department this year, as it stands right now? Who do we send that to, who's?
I think it's too early to talk about that right now. I mean, budget season starts in another 2 months.
Just over a month.
I'm not gonna try to,
I'm just, like I said, I'm just.
Absolutely,
I'm just looking
absolutely.
for guidance on this, cause we do have it scheduled, and again, there's gonna be questions asked undoubtedly. So I just wanted to try to have some answers.
yeah, so everything happened, as you know, all at once.
Oh, yeah,
So we kind of like had to take a step back and it's like, all right, we can't really work on the police department and everybody that's getting done there, all 3 of them, and what we're doing with cars, what we're doing with the taser lease and all, it was so much
Oh,
to
yeah.
focus on.
Plus the
Excuse me, what-
administrator.
right,
And then with Caitlin leaving at the same time, it's like, okay, what do we need to do first? We need to slow down. And we as a board agreed, all right, let's get the administrator in place. I know that everything is time set, I get that. I also know from 1/3 that we've gotten 0 response on patrolman position. We have had an interest on the chief's position. We have 3 applicants. We still, as a group, have to, through work session or through this tonight, if we have time, have a conversation about the direction we're going. I did say at the last meeting, but Rose wasn't here, so I wanted all of us to have a
I'm sorry, Chris, I don't mean to cut you off, I mean, ultimately, I'm just looking for some kind of direction.
Right.
So,
As far as that department.
we don't have any direction yet. That's what I ultimately, that's the end game. What I was gonna say is, we don't have a direction for you
Okay, so we
yet,
need to
so.
be flexible with that budget as it stands.
yeah, the budget most likely is gonna be reduced.
Right,
I almost guarantee you that, but we don't know
right.
our plans yet.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's nobody to send it to right now, and.
Correct.
And as a follow-up, how do we handle zoning? Rebecca doesn't have a replacement yet.
Which is still together, so
Yeah.
There's
in
no budget
August.
to that
And then
department,
the
we got 4 weeks.
so send that to Rebecca,
Yes,
okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and then, as a follow-up to that.
Well, let me, You said with the zoning, I didn't catch.
The budget sheets. He's asking who to send
Oh, the budget sheet, yeah, send it to, yes.
So for zoning for police, how do we handle that? So send Rebecca the budget sheet.
Right, and, you know, in the case with Rebecca, I mean, if she is, you know, we don't have a replacement, it falls on to the select.
Right, so I didn't know,
Yeah.
again, just curious how to handle that. And then, I'm sure the chief has been busy, we talked at the last meeting about getting the budget sheets. You said you had the template,
I will follow up with Heidi.
yeah, okay, sure, you want me to follow up with Heidi?
I will.
Like I said, I'd be glad to help. But we don't have them yet, we're just over a month away from the start of that, so we wanna give committee and department heads a chance to get their budgets done. There's another part to that, I forgot. So,
I'll be seeing
basically, I just wanted to be able to get these out, and since our administrator's not starting until the 17th,
Right,
with the blessing of the select board, I'd be willing to send those out on behalf of both the budget committee and the select board with the dates that the department heads are meeting, because obviously we're offsetting weeks.
right.
Instead of waiting to the 17th or whatever for the new person to do that.
So let me talk to Heidi tomorrow, concerning the budget sheets, you know.
Heidi on it.
Let me talk to Heidi tomorrow
Okay.
concerning the budget sheets and stuff, and see, you know, see if they're in the system. It should be.
It should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the last administrator had the templates.
Right.
And filled them out last year. And JT, I think you said you had access to them, but again, I know you're busy and,
So you can fill out your templates, but the rest of the departments will need.
yeah. So we need to send the blanks out with the 2025 budget, 2026 budgets on them for them to fill
Right.
2027. And we notify them of the date,
Correct.
right?
Right, let me get with Heidi and see if we can get those printed off.
Alright, would you please
Yep.
just time me in somehow,
Yeah, well,
please, thank you. And then the last question I had was, did we reschedule the MTS meeting, or is that?
They did, and they haven't called us back yet with a new date.
Okay,
That wasn't us, that was them.
okay, I'm just, again, I showed up for the meeting not knowing it was canceled, so,
I'm sorry about that.
no, it's alright, I just,
Were you at that selectmen's meeting? I said it was canceled at that meeting.
I might have missed that one. I think I've missed like two this year, so I might have missed that.
Yeah.
I might have missed that one.
Yeah, oh, 2 days before that Tuesday.
Yeah,
Not a big deal, just curious.
Cause it was supposed to be on a Thursday.
Right.
We had scheduled a work session and they had a scheduling conflict and they said it was gonna be a minimum of 2 weeks
right.
before they can reach out.
That's,
And I blamed my wife and the county because they were taking off MTS.
There's currently, I know Heidi's got a lot going on with
Yep.
her multiple roles, so just curious if that had been rescheduled. That was all. And I think that was it, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
And I have, like these guys, I'm sure, notes and doing stuff, trying to get, you know, head above water and I was here on Friday and I'm not looking for any kind of sympathy or anything, but you know, we, just so you know, we are aware, we are, you know,
trying.
we're trying.
We're spending a lot of, we're spending a lot of hours here.
I'm sure you have, and the budget's coming up, it's gonna be even more work for you guys and everybody else. I'm just trying to be proactive about making sure that everybody's responsible. Ultimately, just trying to help in any way I can.
And it's gonna take probably Steve, you know, Heidi will be working with Steve initially up front to, you know, get him exposed.
Is that the new administrator?
Steve Iannuzzi.
Sounds like a place kicker for the Patriots. Or special teams member.
It's Stephen.
Stephen.
He wants to be called Stephen.
Oh, Steven?
Hi, Andrea, I didn't see you hiding back there.
Okay,
Alright, anyway, thank you.
right.
Okay.
Thank you. So we're gonna go in non-public. Make a motion to go in
Chris?
Oh, you asked us to stay.
Oh, yeah, you did,
I know, I was gonna give him this.
Oh.
I'm like,
So,
We're gonna ask about those anyways.
yeah. So I just want him to review it before we meet at 6:30. Okay?
Yep, thanks.
Make a motion to go in non-public, session, RSA 91-8:3, numeral 2, little c, with Andrea.
I'll come do it the last time.
Okay, I'll second.
Well,
You probably already.
hold on, let's,
Okay,
How my opinion is?
Yeah, let's go with Andrea
Just because
first,
you call it
okay?
same.
Invoice notes or
Second,
I said,
all in favor?
aye. Chris, you're in favor of
Yeah.
going into non-public?
Alright,
Siemens, yes.
the thing doesn't work?
How come it's not going red now? Let's see.
Just end the broadcast.